Daily Broadside, day 991. Well, we met at the blood bank. We were looking at the bags, wondering if any of the colors matched any of the names we knew on the tags. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little personal story here. I recently, in the last couple months there, got out of a 4-year relationship with a girl who I love dearly, and I would say nothing bad about. I have nothing evil to say about her whatsoever, as I do with most of the people that I am no longer with, if not all. I got nothing bad to say. She's a great person. I am just not for her. I realized that she was good for me and I was not good for her. And what I mean by that is not because I'm a bad person or anything. It's just, I am a very much, like the thing that you see in these videos, this little 5-10 minute thing, I'm like that like all day long. Like I'm constantly on just running my mouth talk. I have something to say about everything. Like it rarely ceases. It's just how I'm built. I just like interacting with people and commenting on everything I see. And if I'm with someone, you know, riding around or just hanging out with somebody, I'm going to be talking. I mean, it's just how it is. And for somebody that's a lot more reserved and gets anxious about stuff and all that, it can be a lot. It can be a lot. And that's not for everybody. And that's fine. No big deal. So, you know, it ended up being like a series of little stuff that, you know, broke us up. And that's fine. I mean, it's free will. You can do what you want. I ain't mad. I have a thing where, you know, when I know something's over, I close a book and I'm gone. You know, like it's over. I mean, it's a nice memory. You know what I mean? And that's just how it is, right? But I was sitting there thinking about it the last few weeks, and I was like, you know, and I'm not trying to paint myself as the good guy, because there are no good guys, bad guys in this relationship. It's just two people that just, you know, weren't really meant to be, had great times, were awesome in some situations, but ultimately, like, you know, somebody better out there is for her. And that's fine. Like, I don't care. I mean, I'll always remember everything we ever did fondly. It's no big deal. But what I'm getting at is not to paint myself as like the hero or something, because that's definitely not what I'm doing. But it occurred to me that, like, I can't think of one time where I ever, like, pointed something out about her that was minute or small or insignificant, that, you know, I was like, I don't like this about you, or I wish you wouldn't do this, or whatever. I can think of a couple times where she hurt my feelings with something she said, and that's about it, you know, and that wasn't even that often, you know. But, like, you know, if I didn't like the way she wore her hair, I just kind of was like, I don't like her hair like that. I wish she did something different. But I would never say that, because I would be like, I kind of look at it like, you know, if I find somebody that I like hanging out with, because I'm really picky about who I date anyway, then I don't care about all the minutia that comes with it. Like, if they, just whatever they do, these little silly insignificant, that's what makes people, you know. You could date everybody on this planet and you'd find something dumb about every person if you wanted to, you know. But I find myself where if I'm in a relationship, I overlook that, and I'm basically like, you know, I love this person, they're awesome, you know, they do this, and this so well. I could care less about insignificant A, B, and C. I can overlook that. Like, it just doesn't bother me. And I don't know if I'm wrong about that, or if that's just how we're all supposed to be. But, like, I just would never see myself breaking up with someone over something silly, you know? Yeah, if they lied or cheated or something like that, sure. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But, you know, if they, did something stupid that drove you nuts, like, either bring it to their attention or overlook it, is kind of how I look at it. And I don't know, man. Like, I just find that weird. And here I am, like, again, like, the page is turned. Like, I've moved on. It's not difficult for me to move on. And that may be difficult to understand, but it just is. Like, I realize things, especially when things end, you know, understandably and amicably, it's easy to just keep on moving, you know? And since that time, since I've left her, I've had a girl fall in my lap that is, and I've stepped back so many times in the last few weeks and tried to, like, what is before my eyes? Like, what the hell is this? And I've gone back to every girl I have ever known, both friend, romantically, you know, whatever. I have never met a girl that is as cool as this girl. Like, she can banter back and forth like nothing I've ever seen in my life. And it's so much fun. And I don't seem to annoy her the way I can annoy some people, you know. And I say annoy, I don't know if it's really annoy. It's just, it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, you just think about it, like it's constant. It's not constant. I mean, I do have moments where I'll just sit and read a book, you know. But my point is, like, if we're doing something, if we're on a road trip or we're in a restaurant or something like that, you ain't got to worry about conversation because I will keep it moving. And I guess I'm planning on not changing the way I am. And I've not really found anything about this girl yet that I don't like. Like, it's kind of weird. It's serendipity all damn day long. It's so, and I keep pinching myself because I'm like, what is going on here? Like, how does this stuff happen? Like, how is this girl single? How was I single at the same time? And how did our, you know, it's just weird. It's crazy. And I'm notorious for not being afraid to put the cart before the horse. But I'm telling you right now, I don't know. Things will be a distant memory. And you have to like search for them to be in your mind when you let them go and seal that vault and move on. And then you have to like, you don't just think of them all the time, your exes or your prior engagements with humans. You know, you have to like actively seek them out in your mind because they're not just popping into your head anymore. You know, the door is closed kind of thing. And I don't really know what I'm talking about today, other than the fact that I just find people to be amazing creatures, and I love hanging out with them. And I love it when you find a girl who can be your partner, who can hang out with you, and she meets all these criteria that, you know, you didn't even know you were looking for. Like, you have standards, like there's things you look for, you know, maybe you're into redheads, maybe you're into short girls, whatever it is. But like, you have those basics of things you're looking for, but then you start unearthing all these other things about somebody that's just like, this is like the coolest girl I've ever met in my life. And I'm not saying that with any kind of, like, I'm kind of saying it with amazement because I can't believe I'm saying it. But, you know, why did it take me 50 years to meet a girl that kind of matches my energy on like every level I've found? And everything else that I've found so far about her is like, I'm just saying, it's crazy. And I'm just babbling at this point and all that. So, but tell me in the comments, like, what, am I crazy for like just overlooking silly stuff that shouldn't matter? Or should you weed that stuff out? I don't know what the right answer is. I just know what works for me. I don't really care. You know, if you're a pretty face, it's fun to hang out with, and all, I'm down. Like, that's all it really takes. I'll overlook everything because that stuff just doesn't matter. And I understand why it matters to some people. I'm just saying it don't matter to me. So anyway, I wish my ex the best. I don't think she'll see this, but you know, I'm just saying, like, I got no ill will. I don't understand. I don't understand some things sometimes, and I'm 50 years old, so you would think that I would have a better grasp of things, but still trying to figure things out a half a century later. So there's that. Hey, giddy.